Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, you are mostly welcome to my channel. And if you're an oldie but a goodie, jazakallah khair for coming back. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button. Now, today's video I am talking about menstruation during Ramadan. Now, I get it, it's hard to just stay on top of things, to still maintain that spiritual level of high when you literally go for days without having to pray or fast. I know it's hard, which is why I'm making this video to suggest different things that we as women can be doing during that time that we think we're having a time out, but it's not time out, okay? Actually, that's my first point. It's not time out. It's time to up the game. It's just time to build on other areas of ibadah, okay? Ibadah is not just praying and fasting. Yes, they are the two most greatest ones, but there are other things that we can do, and it's a blessing for us to have our periods. We know that it might just seem such an inconvenience, especially when you fasted the whole of the month of Ramadan, and then a few days before Ramadan ends, you know, that friend just likes to show up and be like, hey, I'm over here, and you're just like, what? You just made me miss Eid, or you know, you just made me miss some of the few days of the last 10 days of Ramadan or whatever. But it is that blessed time, because at least then we know that things is working okay in our bodies, and it gives us the chance to have children. So let's not complain about it, let's just see how we can work our way around it. So without further ado, let's start this video. Okay, I'd like to start off by suggesting a few good deeds that you can do during the time that you're in your menstruation. The first one being dhikr. Make lots of dhikr. What I like to do is in time, you know, in replacement for the time that I would have spent praying my salah. So let's say it takes me 5 minutes every day just to pray the fard rakats of the salah. So 5 times 5, because there are 5 daily prayers, is 25. Therefore 25 minutes a day I would be making dhikr. That just helps me maintain my routine, and I would do it, try my best to do it during the time, the slots for salah. So 5 minutes of dhikr during, you know, dhuhr time, 5 minutes during asr, 5 minutes during fajr. What it helps me do is it helps me maintain that routine of me just knowing that that specific time is for me to do ibadah. Try and do that and just see how it goes, because I have found that it has really helped me to just maintain that spiritual level and not to just drop right back down and then trying to find ways to pick myself back up again. The next thing that I would like to say is Islamic lectures. Make it a habit to listen to Islamic lectures daily, especially when you are on your period, because anything that reminds you of Allah really is just going to keep you in check. So try your best to, you know, have some Islamic lectures that you can listen to. For example, you know, you can watch Islam Channel. They don't really do that many lectures, to be honest. No, I'm not even trying to bash Islam Channel, but when I'm really going to listen to something for dawah, Peace TV is amazing for that. So listen, you can do Peace TV. Last year I came across a channel that was called Ramadan TV or something like that on Sky. So, you know, channels like that you know, always constantly remind you things about Allah and the deen and all of that. Keep yourself surrounded by those. The next point that I would like to make is, if your community is similar to mine, where during Ramadan, you know, some of the sisters who lead the masjid or whatever, they put in so much hard work to make sure the masjid is ready for Taraweeh, and if they cook and serve others, or they cook and they give to charities, whatever it is that they do, if you know that you're on your period and you may have a little bit more energy than sisters who are fasting, then offer your help to them. You know, go to your local masjid, ask what it is that they need support with, offer that extra help, and it can just save them and make life a lot more easier for them. And it's just another way, as long as your intention is pure, that you can gain closeness to Allah and gain more reward. So, you know, you're keeping it moving in terms of your reward. Now, in the events that your monthly friend decides to show up in the last 10 days of Ramadan, don't feel disheartened, okay? There are so much that you can do still during those last 10 days of Ramadan, some of which are the examples I've given you already. Others is that you can still wake up in the time of tahajjud, and don't try and make it a thing of, well, I'm not praying anyway, so what's the point of me waking up for Fajr? Not even in the last 10 days of Ramadan. You don't want to risk it. You do not want to miss that Laylatul Qadr. You don't want to miss it, right? So wake up during the odd nights, or even all the 10 nights, as much as you can. Try your best to do. Waking up during the Tahajjud time, or the time before Fajr. Make as much dua as possible. Have a dua list ready before Ramadan even begins. Have your dua list ready of things that you want from Allah, things that you want to ask Allah for. But in whatever you're asking Allah for, this is a side note, Ask Allah to grant it to you if it is good for you. Because a lot of the time we just are making so much dua that in our head it makes a lot of sense for us to have those things, but Allah knows best whether that is good for us to have or not. That's just a side note. But have a list of dua that you want to make. Don't forget to seek forgiveness as much as possible. But please, please, please do not, whether you're on your period or not, do not sleep through tahajjud in the last 10 days of Ramadan. Even if you're on your period, wake up at that time still, make lots of dua, ask Allah for the blessings of this life and of the hereafter, whatever goodness that you want, and asking for forgiveness, okay? We are not excluded from getting the benefits of the last 10 days of Ramadan just because we're women and we're on our period. So don't think it's time out. And if there is any other time during Ramadan that I'm going to say up your games in terms of worship, it's going to be during this last 10 days of Ramadan. Please, sisters, do not sleep through that time. It is too important. The reward is too great. And my final tip is to stay around motivational people. Try and surround yourself with people who themselves are excited about Ramadan. You guys know this is always an advice and tip I always give, because I am a firm believer that your surroundings affect you. I don't believe that, you know, people who go on like, no, the people around me don't affect me, things around me don't affect me. No, we are social creatures, and so things around us definitely affect us. So if you can, surround yourself with people who motivate you, who inspire you, whether it be through virtual, I don't even know what to call it, for example, you know, social media or whatever, but in real life even, it's really good. You know, speak to your friends regularly who you know they're on track with it, you know, those who are still going through Ramadan without being in that time of the month. Try and surround yourself with them, because most likely you still find that they will, inshallah, still be on track, and you'll be able to feed off a little bit of their, you know, motivation, inshallah. Anyways, in all cases, enjoy your Ramadan, and I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it from us. And yeah, jazakallah khair for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.